Greetings and salutations, everyone, and welcome back to more Long Live the Queen. Whoa, that's not what I wanted to do. Give me 1 second. Where last time, yeah, my mouse is having an issue where it like double clicks when I don't want it to. But anyway, last time we did that whole, basically watch the other videos if you want the first playthrough. But now we're going to do a new one, and at the beginning we'll actually take the magic stuff. It's not going to be different yet, so just skip ahead. I played this before, so we're good. Right now, we are depressed once again, because you start off depressed. Now, expression, decoration, and all that, I don't think we need any of that. Animal handling could be okay. Since we're going for a different build this time, let's get horses. Yeah, sounds good. I've already seen some of this. I won't read it out. Okay, skip ahead. There's that other lady that became cheerful. You can talk to Father or talk to Charlotte. Let's see, what mood do I want to go for now? Do I need to get rid of the depression? This probably will increase cheerful, maybe. Love this room, it's so much bigger than mine back home. Let's see, I think we've seen all this. Cheerful, that also gets rid of depression, right? I think. Yeah. Which is why she is now afraid, which bonuses to agility and faith. Agility is very good, because it gives you reflexes and flexibility and stuff. With reflexes being the one that seems the most important to me. So you can react when people try to murder you. So go double in on reflexes. Teacher walks around you, prodding a finger at you slowly in order to train you in blocking those touches without triggering fear or faster breathing. You practice with a jump rope to increase the speed of your footwork. You practice solo tennis, hitting a ball against the wall repeatedly in order to train your hand and your eye to react. You may now play sports on the weekends. Okay, what's happening? This is the lady that wants me to get the magic. You have no respect or honor. It's because of you and your powers that my wife is dead. What? I am a Lumen, as was she, and like every other Lumen, I am willing to give my life if necessary to protect our domain. Your line has been traitors for 200 years. I won't have you corrupting my daughter. That is for the Crown Princess to decide. Elodie, your mother trusted me, and I have much to teach you. Let her stay this time. I want to hear what she has to say. She stays, +1 willful. As you wish. Okay, sports makes you angry. Hunting makes you depressed. Sports make you angry. So now there's 3 people I can talk to. Still afraid, which is fine. Let's talk to Juliana, Duchess Urso. What is it you wanted to teach me? First, I need to know if you have your mother's crystal. Anyway, she's 34. And single. Cool. First, I need to know if you have your mother's crystal. What crystal? Testo Valor Fan. The source of power for any Lumen is a particular magical crystal. Once you've bonded with it, it becomes a part of you as long as you live. The royal crystal has been passed down from ruler to ruler for generations. It belongs to you now, except that the king may be keeping it from you. Do you have a crystal? Of course. She holds out her hand, light flickers above her bosom, and then, with a shower of sparkles, something takes shape. You reach out to touch it, and it dissolves away into nothing. Oh. It belongs to me. No one can take it from me until I die. You need to find the crystal that belongs to you. Okay. Still afraid, though? Good, I want more agility real quick. proficiency. Reflexes is up to 30. We should probably learn how to dance and flexibility, though, so that we can get the reflexes going up higher. Dance and flexibility this time. You practice curtsying, standing, and walking across the floor in a graceful manner. You learn to relax and evaluate the tension in your body, then to practice the different types of motion available to each of your joints, twisting, shifting, and rotating. This is where she plays with the flowers, and then there's a snake, right? No, wait, it's not. All of a sudden, the Duchess of Ursula rushes into the garden and points a sword at you. No, not at you, at your feet. Princess, don't move. Just hold still. Test of composure failed. You want to hold still, but you don't have the composure to hold your position without peeking. You look down where her sword is pointing. There's a snake in the grass. You can't help it. You squeak and jump back. The snake tenses and prepares to strike. No. Her cousin pushes you aside, and the snake's fangs sink into her leg. Lottie. Too late, Juliana swings her sword and cuts off the snake's head. What is going on out here? Your daughter's been bitten by a milk viper. They're poisonous. Get a herbalist right away. I will treat my daughter. I certainly can't trust anyone here to keep her safe. I'm sorry. I don't feel good. We will be returning home to Merva immediately. Your aunt has a point. Milk vipers are not native to this area. That snake should never have been here. Someone may have tried to kill you. Will Charlotte be okay? I don't know. Oh, no. She's still afraid. That gets rid of afraid. Let me talk to Juliana again, and then I might go talk to the father to see if I can get the crystal. That's what I exhausted dialogue. How do I find my Lumen crystal? Your father probably knows what happened to it. What if he destroyed it? They can't be destroyed. He could throw it away, but then someone else might find it. No, he'll keep it safe. But if it's mine, it wouldn't matter if someone else found it. It's attuned to you, but you haven't bonded with it yet. If it found a compatible host, someone who's like you in some way, it could bond to them. I see. I don't know if I skipped some dialogue. But anyway, because of the double click. But yeah. Let's see. We are still afraid, which is good, because I want more agility type stuff. Let's get dance and flexibility, and then I can go all in on reflexes again. You practice walking on the arm of a partner and following their cues to pause and turn while keeping your eyes closed. You practice different partner dance positions. You practice circling your arms and making kicking motions with your legs to stretch out your limbs. You practice bouncing motions with your arms and legs to increase the muscular effect. You've unlocked a new outfit, the sports outfit. The castle seems quieter with Charlotte and Emery and Zara and their parents gone. But her mother said she's okay, so I guess it turned out alright. Maybe she has a guardian angel. Test of poison failed. Still mostly afraid, but I want to be afraid. For now. I guess talk to Dad. Dad, what happened to Mom's Lumen crystal? It's in a safe place. Can I have it? No. But it's mine. +1 willful. Meddling with magic killed your mother. I don't want that to happen to you. Once you're crowned queen, I can't stop you from doing anything you want, but for now you are still a child. The new outfit. The tutu that boosts agility. And it went away. Okay, there we go. The tutu. Okay, while we're still afraid, let's go all in on reflexes. And then we'll probably stop being afraid next. Yeah. You practice running at high speed back and forth over a small area, making quick turns and changes in direction. You practice tennis against multiple opponents, learning to judge at a glance when a ball is too far away to reach in time. You practice chasing a small dog through the castle garden, sleeping over uneven stones and dodging through branches. You practice touch-blocking skills at full speed, deflecting hands before they can reach you. Let's see. We have a Duke of Setna. No, they're from a different country. This is the one with the beautiful necklace. Something sparkly will make me feel better. You know, the one that says now I've got to marry the guy, but then I didn't. But anyway... She's still afraid. Will continue to be afraid for now. I can get willful and angry by going to the prison for some reason. Anyway, visit Juliana. My father says I can't have the crystal until I'm queen, so we'll just have to wait. There may not be time to wait. This world is filled with dangers, and you will need the powers of a Lumen to fight them. You can't begin training until you have bonded with your crystal. Well, what else am I supposed to do about it? The crystal is probably held under guard in the royal treasury. You are the princess. You should be able to find a way inside. Otherwise, you might have to take drastic action. Bad first choice. Let's see. I'll wait until I'm older. I'll try to find a way, or what drastic action? Let's just ask the question. What do you mean by drastic action? Let's hope it doesn't come to that. Try to reach the crystal. If you can't, come and talk to me again. Still afraid. Do. Okay, let's do dance and then reflexes. Let's see. Dance steps in time to music, quick and slow, turning and weaving. You work through the standard repertoire of ballroom dancing, being sure you know the basic steps for any dance likely to be required of you in a social setting. You may now attend ballroom dancing on the weekends. Nice. You practice running through a field, dodging balls that are thrown at you from all sides. You sit quietly in the center of a room, watching out of the corners of your eyes to see people approaching you from a distance. As you are walking, you spot a familiar figure in the palace gardens. It's the Duchess of Ursel. Maybe I should go say hello. Then you notice that seated beside her is a woman in the robes of a priestess. They are very close together, their hands gently touching as they speak. Looks like she's busy. You turn and walk in a different direction so as to not disturb them. At that moment, you notice something unusual. It looks like someone just left the palace grounds by going over the hedge. Was that a servant, a thief, or an assassin? Okay, climb up to look over the hedge, call the guards, or run and hide. Hedge. Let's see. Call the guards, I guess. Guards, +1 angry. However, by the time the response is organized and directed to the area beyond the palace, there's no sign of any intruder. You wonder if you were only imagining it. Attend the ball to become pressured. Could have used that last time. Anyway, there's the treasury. Where we need to get into that. There. Test of accounting failed, test of presence failed. Angry and willful. Try to talk your way past the treasury guards, but despite eyelash fluttering, foot stomping, and outright threats, they won't budge. Okay, now I believe she is willful. Bonus to intrigue, military, and Lumen. But we can't do the Lumen stuff yet. Penalty to royal demeanor, history, and economics. Do. Okay, let's go for... I'm actually thinking... Now let's do military first, because I want to. Military. Strategy, the skill of achieving victory on land. Naval strategy, the skill to achieve victory at sea. Into logistics, being able to move troops and supplies in a timely fashion. I guess we'll do strategy first, then the others. You study the strengths and weaknesses of different weapons and battle formations. You study the effects of battle stress on troops and how morale can turn the tide of combat. You study military recruitment and the importance of training and motivation in making soldiers who can trust and depend on each other. So you're walking up the stairs, the pilot. Test of elegance failed. You swiftly step aside and let her pass, because of my reflexes, though I passed. Okay. No elegance, but have reflexes. So I could become less afraid. Which I think I might just do. Can't get into the treasure yet because we don't have any of the skills. Okay. Next we'll do naval strategy and logistics. You learn that the sea is not something you hold, it is something you travel across. Naval strategy ensures your free travel while denying it to your enemies. You learn about the types and amounts of food required for an army on the march, and how long they will remain edible. There's a man here, he wishes crowdfunding. Oh no. This is the one with the printing books, but we don't know anything about this, so... Yeah, test of production plus trade failed. We are not interested. Oh no, bad things are happening already. So I can become less depressed. You know what? Do it. Everything mood-wise is equal except willful. I guess more naval strategy and logistics. You study different kinds of ships, their names, designs, and the number of crew needed for each. You study different kinds of ships, their speed, maneuverability, and standard complement of weapons. You study the kinds of equipment that soldiers need available, such as bedding, weapons, armor, medicine, bandages, and the tools to repair anything damaged. You study different kinds of transport, animals, wagons, sledges, ships, boats, and boots. You've unlocked a new outfit. Okay, we got this guy. Somebody's attacking. Must call for your aid. The Ixionite occupation of the county of Imbrium has gone on too long. Now is the time to push back. Test of foreign affairs failed. I know there's been some problems with Ixion, but I don't know the details. I guess they're occupying Southern Marine. Test of military was a success. We have plenty of troops, so it shouldn't be that hard to drive them out if we wanted to make a fight of it. I mean, I could try to negotiate anyway, or just battle. Prepare for battle. If they want to fight, then we'll give it to them. I will arrange for troops to be sent to your aid. Thank you, Your Highness. +1 willful. Your Highness, if I may ask, that necklace you're wearing, where did it come from? Mrs. Ray tells you that it's the marriage thing. It's a gift from the Duke of Sedon. Then you have made arrangements with him? What sort of arrangements? Your Highness, that is a courting gift. The man wishes to gain your hand in marriage. Oh, I didn't realize. Can't get rid of any willful. What's the opposite of willful? It's yielding. And if I tend the ball, I get a little bit, so I'm gonna equalize it. You tend a formal ball, which gives you the chance to interact with the nobility in a less stressful environment. New outfit. Military. Yeah. Now let's see. do more military, and then we'll switch over to intrigue. But then I might have to change a mood so that I can actually, like, gain the ability to talk my way to get the crystal out of the treasury. There was presence was one of the things. What was good? Yielding was good for that, so we'll switch over to yielding if it comes to that. For now, though... One second. Strategy and naval strategy, then. Or just strategy and logistics this time, yeah. Learn how units reinforce each other in the field, gaining strength through proximity and the covering of weaknesses. You study the effects of different kinds of battle terrain for both offense and defense. You may now tour the barracks on the weekends. You learn about the support costs created by support. The more equipment you have, the more people and animals are needed to move them. And then those people and animals also need to be fed and equipped. You learn about the difficulty of obtaining new supplies from the field. Enemy civilians may hide or destroy supplies rather than let them fall into your hands, and friendly civilians may not stay friendly if robbed. That is true. Receive a report on the outcome of the battles against the Ixionites. You succeeded in driving them out of Marie, but it cost you about 3/4 of a battalion of soldiers and a great deal of material. You lost 713 soldiers. Oh my goodness. The Duke of Marie will be happy, but we could have done better. +1 Angie. Okay. Let's see, 10 balls now +1 pressure, depressed and pressure. I can talk to my father though. What's he gonna say? Dad, if this trouble with Ixion started years ago, why didn't Mom fix it? Your mother told the Duke of Marie and the Duchess of Hillis that it was their problem and that they should sort it out themselves. Oh. Should I have done that? The situation is different now. Everyone on all sides wishes to see what sort of queen is coming to the throne. Everyone is judging me, +1 yielding and +1 pressure. Yet we still seem to be willful, so... Naval strategy, and then... regular strategy. You learn about the requirement for all civilized sailors to rescue the crew of a sinking ship, even an enemy. You learn about the challenges to naval warfare posed by unpredictable weather, as well as the dangers of sailing too close to an unknown coastline. You study the power of ranged weapons, from arrows to thrown fire and sand, and how the threat of such attacks can shift the enemy's response. You study the use of cavalry in battle, as well as the costs and benefits of traveling with large animals. The reports that a Keithong has been sighted leaving the old forest. That's the spooky monster. So we just let it eat people, everybody dies in the end. +1 depressed. Also, letter. The person that I'm supposed to marry is showing up. Also, I didn't check the barracks. They read -1 willful, but +1 pressured. Interesting. Let's see, I could get rid of anger. Then deal with the others. Do that. Attend services, yeah. Still willful. What's your skills at? Do. I guess naval strategy, well, logistics, and then, yeah. Logistics and then naval strategy. And then we'll switch to intrigue. You study how to determine when to jettison or destroy excess goods for speed, and how to avoid overreaching. You learn about how to calculate enemy war preparations based on the movement of goods within their lands. Armies do not spring up fully formed overnight. You study the benefits of looting as a troop motivator versus the negative effect on civilian populations. You learn about the use of ships and transporting ground soldiers between locations. You study the cost, time, and materials required to construct new ships. You study blockades, both setting them and breaking them. Ah, yes. Giggle. I don't know how to deal with handsome older men paying me compliments. So pleased to hear I accept my humble offering, a jewel for a jewel, but you are the more precious. If this is only the beginning of a mutually beneficial relationship, a union between us would bring stability to both our peoples. He really does want to marry me. I could just marry him this time. I wonder, should I? Oh, I could go back. Okay. Let's see. 26. It's only a difference of 12 years. A noble from the domain of Talasy, southeast of Nova. I know when it says politely declined, it's not polite. However, I don't think he got mad about it. It's hard to keep track of all the different names. I will politely decline for now. I need to let him down gently. I am not marrying you. I'm only 14. That may have not been gentle. I see. I regret the misunderstanding. How tragic for him. He's still willful, pressure is getting up in there. Could remove the little bit of depression we have. Which is what I will do. This princess will not be depressed. Okay, let's do... intrigue now. Internal affairs, foreign intelligence, and their ciphering. Let's do internal affairs. Let's just do it twice, so it's actually useful. Until you have children of your own, your maternal uncle, the Duke of Merva, is next in line for the crown, and after him would be his daughter, your cousin Charlotte. I see. Your maternal uncle's wife, the Countess Nyx, claims kinship to the old Merva line and originally asked your mother for title to the duchy. However, no one could verify her lineage. As a compromise, your mother created her brother, Duke of Merva. Okay. The last Duke of Mead was the older half-brother of the current Duchess. His reign was brief and highly scandalous. He defied tradition to pledge himself as the life mate of the old Duke of Ursel, then broke that off only a year later. He retired into seclusion and died still unwed. Okay, somebody did murder. And I think this is the guy who later challenges me to a duel and killed me that time. Okay, yes. Is she alright? Yeah. It's just as it is. Them devils killed me brother and broke me mam's heart. I see. So it was revenge. Test of internal affairs, partial success. This might have something to do with the last Duke of Mead. He was involved in all sorts of scandals. Ask the Earl of Yo about her story. Spelled it wrong. Oh well. Emperor yours on... Anyway, ask what that's new. What does that mean? I need to know if she has any justification for her actions. Did the old Duke kill her brother? Court manners failed. Are you accusing my family? I'm asking what happened. The honor of our line is far greater than that of the wet-bottomed child who sits on the throne. What? Without warning, the Earl of Yo draws a dagger and slices the convict's throat. No one harms my family. No one. He throws the blood-stained blade to the floor and walks away. Oh. She was mad about it. Let me see if I missed something. No, okay. Straight to this after that. I can reduce anger. Because right now I am mostly angry. I don't know what anger gives me. for a bonus. I'd like to see what anger does, but I can't do anything really without... Well, if I just do nothing. That gets rid of anger. Lonely plus afraid, but that would can't... Afraid is the opposite of angry. I think the treasury makes me angry too, actually. Yeah. So now, what does anger give us? Bonuses to weapons and military, but not the intrigue I was doing. But weapons are good. Let's see, we got swords, archery, and polearms. I guess start with swords and archery. You take up a wooden sword and practice correct grips and stances. You learn how to twist and wax bowstring from a variety of fibers. The owl flying overhead. That's funny, I thought owls were nocturnal. Guess I was wrong. There's a woman here to see you. She wishes crowdfunding for a project. Is this the hospital? Oh no, I don't know any of that yet either. Not interested. I think this run isn't going to end well. Anyway. Let's see, reduce angry. We can get angry later. For now, let's go back to willful. So that I can get the intrigue going again. But we'll return to the swords and stuff, I hope. Wait, what are skills at? I did internal affairs. Let's do foreign intelligence and then cipher. As soon as I find it. Okay, I'm already on it. The current Duke of Sedna is 26 years old and unmarried. The guy that wanted to marry. He might be considered a good marriage prospect for you if you desire stronger ties with the domain of Talas. Kinda late for that news, but yes. You practice reading words whose letters have been arranged in reverse order, the simplest of transpositions, which anyone literate can puzzle through if they try, but sometimes useful to hide information. In Poland... I cannot read that. The letters are arranged in reverse order. But what's THG? Guth. Sight. In plain sight, that's what it says. I can read it. I am literate. Remember that the Festival of the Good Lady is approaching. Grand ball, there will be dancing. Now we're gonna be terrible. Well, we do actually know how to dance, but only dance. Let me see what that was new. Apparently your Uncle Kevin's absolutely furious about that woman's trial. She's bored and looking for an adventure. Well, I don't have any to suggest to her. Can become even less angry. Might as well continue to not be angry. I'm sure we'll never get that Lumen crystal. Foreign affairs and ciphering again. And then we should be able to go up. With the internal affairs again, perhaps. The domain of Shanjia, oh no, not that place, across the sea to the west, has been steadily increasing in size, and now controls a wide range of coastline as well as most of the navigable rivers. Navigable rivers, yeah. The political disruption in Tombola in recent years has caused a disruption in their chocolate production, which is to the benefit of Nova, particularly the Duchy of Kiko. You practice shifting substitution ciphers, where each letter is replaced by one a few steps further along the alphabet, so that cake and pie becomes that. You practice random substitution ciphers, where the normal alphabet is replaced by one in jumbled order. This is harder to decode, but most people need a written substitution chart to read or write it. And that chart can be lost or stolen. I've unlocked a new outfit. Okay, will I be leading the parade? I don't think I would be good at it. Or rather not good. No, I guess I'd rather stay here. Let me go back, though, and save at that point, so I can change my mind later. You watch the procession from yielding and lonely. Feeling safe but lonely. Suddenly you hear someone moving around inside your room. You're in surprise, but it's only a maid. My lady, what are you? Should you not be in the procession? Test of faith failed. This could be a major festival. Is everyone wondering about me? Confess your fears or yell at her. Well, I don't want to yell at the poor maid. Plus, when afraid, I can't go outside. There might be assassins. Oh. Okay, still willful. Let's see. Oops, willful is yielding. Only way to get yielding is that, but that's too much yielding. It makes you angry. This removes willful and gives you pressured. So then we would be pressured, and I want to know what that gives, so... Toward the barracks, you are impressed by the discipline of the Nova troops, but the responsibility for their lives weighs heavily on your shoulders. Approximately 9 battalions, 1 company, and 1 platoon under your direct command. There, pressured, the stress face. Bonus to athletics and faith. Your athletics is running, climbing, and swimming. Those could be useful. Also, the new outfit is the catsuit, which boosts intrigue. The little monocle. It's adorable. I'll just go with the military. I think I like that the best. Let's see. Yeah, athletics and faith. I'd rather do athletics. Running, climbing, and swimming. Just the usual thing where I put both into running. Practice walking at a brisk but comfortable pace for a set length of time every day. You switch back and forth between a brisk walk and a light bouncing jog. Not too fast, you're building endurance rather than speed. You steadily increase the proportion of time you spend jogging, with shorter breaks of walking to recharge your energy. Oh no, the grand ball. It's gonna be a disaster. You might die here. All around, the rich and powerful pause in their activities to gaze upon you, the ruler of them all. Test of presence failed, test of elegance failed, test of composure failed, test of decoration failed. Seeing yourself reflected in so many eyes makes you want to run away and hide. +1 afraid, +1 pressured. After a moment, you force yourself to carry on, but you're sure they've all seen you hesitate. Your father waits for you at the bottom of the stairs and offers you his arm. The first dance is for us. He guides you gently around the dance floor, never rushing you. It's fun to dance with your father, but the look in his eyes is so sad. After this, you must choose your own partner. There are a number of men who hope to catch your eye. The Duke of Hiko alone has brought 3 eligible sons, all near your age. Look around the room at all your possible partners, which is to say, everyone. No one may begin dancing until you do. You can pick whomever you want, and you will not be denied. Test of intrigue plus court manners fail. Oh no. Someone aged, someone younger, someone older, somebody already married, or someone scandalous. What does scandalous mean? I'll probably just reload, but... What does it mean to be scandalous? +1 willful. You don't want everyone assuming that whoever you pick first is your intended marriage partner, so why not make your choice as ridiculous as possible? With that in mind, you approach the Duchess of Ursa. You'd admit to yourself that you were hoping such an outrageous act would cause her to lose some of her composure, but she remains unruffled. At least the chorus of shocked whispers around you as you take your place on the floor is gratifying. Dancing with a real partner feels quite different from dancing with your father. You knew him, knew his steps like a party. Now every move is a mystery. Test of dance, partial success. You've been tutored to dance, of course, as has your partner, and it is simple enough to move through the motions without mishap. Between the dances, there is time for the guests to mingle, chat, and sample tiny bites of exquisite food. Test of court manners plus flattery failed. During a lull in the music, Banyan, the Duke of Marie, taps an elegant fingernail against a wine glass, letting the clear note ring out through the room. If I might have your attention, I believe we should offer our compliments to our lovely hostess. Her bravery and courage keep our borders defended. Everyone applauds politely. As the gala continues, you take the opportunity to observe nobles that you rarely see. Squinelle, for instance, the young lady of Sudbury, only months older than you and due to finally inherit control of her duchies. Adelaide, youngest daughter of the Duchess of Lila and a fierce sportswoman. I think we've seen this. No Brioni. Her parents are here, dancing. Strange that there's no sign of your cousins, though. Shouldn't they be here? Your aunt and uncle are here, of course. It'd be scandalous if they hadn't come, Merva being so close by. Test of sense magic failed. It's nice to be able to enjoy time with your friends and family, isn't it? Now we are still very pressured. You can remove the fear, which I guess we'll do. Still pressured, which is good for athletics. So let's learn how to climb and swim. Just in case. You practice climbing up and down fixed ladders, driving out any fear of heights, and learning to move swiftly and surely. You get comfortable in the water, splashing around and holding your breath to go under. This Ray has the companions, Sir Countess Miranda and Callisto. 25 and single. She's a lowly countess. Countess Sarah, not a member of your circles. She's more than a decade your senior, far too old to have ever been your friend, and yet not at all old as noblewomen go. She has 2 minor titles, no husband, and your father's arm in her grasp. Test of composure failed. How dare she make a move on your father? Shame her with silent scorn, insult her with false flattery, or trip her as she passes. I'll do the shame with silent scorn. Meet her eyes and imagine your mother's disapproving presence behind you. Test of presence failed. She notices your stare, but only smiles at you ever so sweetly. Darling Elodie, I hope you have been well. But when angry, fine. Perhaps we'll be seeing more of each other in the future. She gives a little wave and exits. When she's gone, you raise an eyebrow at your father. Don't give me that look, young lady. She's a nice woman, nothing more. She wants something more, and it's not going to happen anytime soon. You should be careful how you deal with people like Sarah. You need the goodwill of your nobles as well as your commoners. Haven't been any problems so far. Many dark looks were aimed your way at the gala. As queen, you must be aware of everything around you. Test of intrigue, success. Isn't that what I have agents for? Yes, but you must give them direction. What is your greatest concern? Noble plots, commoner uprisings, foreign threats, or assassins. This is a good question. I mean, the easy answer would be assassins, but... foreign threats, we know there's gonna be one of those. Let's go with... foreign threats. Noble plots are useful too, though. I don't think the commoners are going to uprise. I could be wrong, though. Foreign threats. I need to know if any foreign powers are moving against me. As you wish. I can talk to Juliana again. You have not yet reached the crystal. Are you making progress, or is it time for another plan? There will probably be the drastic action she mentioned earlier. Okay. I don't think I'm ever going to be able to do it, because I'm the kind of person that only does what I'm in the mood, what she's in the mood for. Well... I will try further, yes. Leave it to me. Don't worry, I'm working on it. Very well. Let's try to get in the mood for that. Royal demeanor is yielding. Let's try to get to yielding. And in the meantime, do more climbing and swimming. You learn to evaluate whether a tree or a branch is safe to bear your weight. You clamber up and down trees, able to fetch fruit or get a better view. You practice walking and hopping through the shallows, feeling the difference in resistance that the water applies to your movement. You practice floating on your front and your back, letting the water do the work of holding you up. You've unlocked a new outfit. Okay, the royal budget. I don't know anything about budgets. Oh no. Taxes. Okay. I mean, raise taxes would give us more money, but it might make more people angry. So let's lower taxes again. And hope it was for the best. Okay, to become yielding, I need to attend court. Still... No, wait, now I am... Yeah, still pressured. Okay. So the new outfit is... the exercise gear. Boosts athletics. Yes, very modern looking outfit compared to the rest. But... do. Okay. Guess we'll do running, followed by climbing. You practice jogging solidly for longer stretches of time and learn how much food and water you need before and after in order to keep your body going. You learn the proper techniques and clothing for running in different kinds of weather to avoid frostbite, overheating, or disease. You practice climbing up and over a wall with the aid of a well-anchored rope, leaning into the wall as you push in with the balls of your feet. You practice abseiling down a wall, descending with the aid of a rope. You practice climbing up and down a free-hanging rope, learning to move in rhythm with the rope as it rocks. Okay, another murder by strangling wife. We said the demons made him do it. Test of sense magic failed. When I imprisoned him, he tried to kill me. Was that what happened? Or maybe he was fine. I can't remember who tried to do what. Let's try to imprison him again. I won't forgive you for that. You will be imprisoned for the rest of your life. Yes, your majesty. Afterwards, you receive... No, wait, this is where he's going to do something bad later, right? I'm going to go back already. I think he does. He breaks out and kills people, right? Just execute him. I don't care whether they're demons or not. You're still a murderer and your life is forfeit. You'll be hanged in public as a deterrent to future criminals. He opens his mouth to argue with you further, but then his shoulders slump. Yes, your majesty. Afterwards, you receive a report from your agents near the Talesian border. There's unusual activity going on in the Duchy of Sedna. Official messengers have been coming and going between the Sedna customs stations. You have no idea what this means. Should I send soldiers to the border? I don't know. They might take that as, like, I'm going to attack them, so let's just do nothing, since I don't know what's happening. Decide to sit tight. This might be nothing. Hopefully it is. Okay, let's see. Very pressured. I think we actually need to get rid of the pressure. The pressure is just overwhelming. We may be trapped in a pressure loop. We need to get back into being lonely. So I guess walk in the gardens. Walk in the fresh air helps you forget the burdens on your shoulders. Okay, not quite there yet. But if we go back down one, well, we'll still be pressured. Okay, at least we'll be able to finish up the athletics. Swimming and then running. You practice treading water, keeping yourself afloat for increasing periods of time. You learn several different styles of swimming across the water, and the leg and arm strokes for each. You learn styles of swimming to be used underwater, as well as safety warnings for venturing into murky depths. You practice running up hills to build leg strength. You practice running on sand, providing a different kind of resistance for your legs. You receive a word of an unfortunate incident at the gallows where the man you judged was sent to be executed. As he was led to the platform, he suddenly lashed out with explosive magical power, killing several guards as spectators before making his escape. The population is buzzing with rumors of a secret cabal of evil lumens who sacrifice innocents in their dark rituals. Oh no. Dude. Continue to get rid of pressure. That increases yielding as well. Actually, this is what we want. Play with toys. Spend the weekend holed up alone in your room with your favorite toys. It's childish, but you feel a little better. Still pressured, but we're getting done with that. One more time, and then we can get, what's it? Presence is what we need to get in there, I believe. So we'll go all in on presence soon. And then maybe we can finally get the magic and do that. Then go back to willful so I can finish intrigue and get magical powers. And that should hopefully help us live. Although, medicine would also be good. There's a lot we need. Okay, let's see. Let's get climbing and swimming. You learn how to tie a variety of knots, and which ones are safe to use around the body when climbing. You learn about different kinds of rock climbing equipment, and how to safely drive and pitons and support ropes to drive them in. You practice swimming back and forth over set distances. You learn about the hazards of swimming in different natural environments, such as river rapids, ocean undercurrents, and winter ice. You venture out into seawater, feeling the waves and the changes in buoyancy. Okay, Fabian, the Earl of Titan and Duke Regent Eleth, has passed away. Okay. Everybody wants the child to go to them. I don't know anything really bad about her, though. But I sent him to live with his grandfather, and then he got murdered. So I think I'll just marry him. Sure, why not? Marry again. Or I could send him to my uncle. Last time I sent him to his grandfather and he died. Marry him. Okay, I'll marry him. At least that way I won't get stuck with an old man. Can't actually marry him until he's old enough, but he will be brought here to live as your companion. Sweet, is he here somewhere? I don't see him. Okay, let's see. We need... yielding, lonely, and cheerful. That's what we want. Play with toys. Okay, what are we now? Okay, now we're cheerful, which is a bonus to conversation and athletics that we were already doing. Our athletics are pretty good. I could do more running. But we're probably not going to be in cheerful for long, so conversation might be a good thing to go for it. Yeah, let's get public speaking and court manners, I guess. Wrong button. Public speaking. Court manners. Practice tongue-twisting sequences of syllables. Yeah, we know all that, because we did all that last time. The musician that wants money. Tests of foreign intelligence fail. Tests of intrigue success. Musicians are often used as secret agents and messengers. They can be useful and dangerous. The musician sings a little ditty to demonstrate her skills with the lute. Test of instrument plus voice failed. She's actually pretty good. I don't know if she actually is, though. So I'll probably just get rid of the bard. I don't need the bard. Thank you, but we are not interested. Okay. Now we must become less cheerful. Well, to become yielding, we just do attend court. We should be yielding now, which means we can get the presents. And with the presents, we can finally go get the crystal. There was a dare settling into life at the castle. I found him in the garden trying to catch frogs. So I showed him a few tricks. Test of animal handling success, +1 cheerful. I'm sure you'll work things out. I can talk to him. He's in the garden. Sweet. Still yielding, so let's go talk to Adair. Hi, Adair. Hi, Elodie. 12, heir to the Duchy of Elath, engaged to Elodie. How are you doing? Okay, I guess. It's really quiet here. How come you don't have any more brothers or sisters? I don't know. Mom, Arusei, said it's a noble's duty to have a big family. Well, not everyone agrees with her. Sorry. Should I kiss you now? What? You can if you want. I don't want to. That's gross. Let's see, should I? You can if you want, I guess. If you want. You have to bend over a little so we can reach. The result is damp. Sorry. This must be even more strange for him than it is for you. He's lost a parent too, and now everyone else is making decisions about his life, including you. If you'd like, you can come to some of my classes, or meet with the tutors that I'm not using them. I mean, it's important for you to learn too, right? You're going to be a duke and a king consort, like my father. Okay. Do. Yielding. Let's see. Royal demeanor. Got the presence going in the right direction. Let's get composure up, and then elegance, and then we can go more into presence, and then I think we'll be ready to try to break in. So if I try to break in early, it'll increase my willpower, and then I'll exit the mood where I can get more. So I need to make sure I have enough presence. So composure and elegance. Agents report a buildup of military strength, particularly warships, in Shangia, the major power across the ocean to the west. They may be intending to go on the attack. Test of world history failed. Test of foreign affairs failed. Shangia lies a great distance from Nova. You have few diplomatic ties and no known conflicts. There's no reason to assume that you would be their target. Oh, really? Still, if they send a fleet across the ocean, Nova might be in danger. At the very least, shipping would be disrupted. Test of trade failed. It takes time to assemble worthy vessels. You have advance warning. You can make your own preparations to defend your coast. The downside is they won't come cheap. Let's build more warships. Sent orders for the assembly of new ships and the strengthening of weaponry and cladding on the existing fleet. If trouble comes, you'll be ready for it. Okay, still yielding. I can reduce my cheerfulness. Guess I'll start trying to equalize again. Okay, still yielding, composure, elegance. Do it again. Unlocked the new outfit, that other outfit I was wearing all the time. Unpleasant news to report. Talaris, the Duke of Sedna, has instituted high tariffs and trade restrictions to the Elith border. Business is disrupted and there are growing shortages of supplies. Send emergency aid or do nothing. If I send the emergency aid, though, we won't be ready for the war. I'll do it anyway. And the Royal Treasury will pay to keep the people fed. Very well. I'm sure that won't spell our doom later. Become less angry. So yes, I can now do this as well. But we're doing military this time. Okay, let's see. Okay, go all in on presents now. And then we're gonna try to break into the thingamajig. Milady, there are letters for you. Another letter for Bryony. Why does she keep writing me? We're never even friends. She's bored and lonely, and she's looking forward to seeing me at Quinnell's birthday party. Alright, that birthday party. Test of divination failed. Do not go to the party. We know what happens at that party. I don't have any medical training at all because I've never been in the mood for it. Okay, let's see what else we got. Oh yeah, we were going to visit the treasury. Tessa presence was success. You order the guards to stand aside to walk forward with your head held high. None of them dares to deny you access to your own treasury. The glitter is dazzling, but some sixth sense draws you towards one little locked box in particular. This is what you need. This is the crystal that will make you a Lumen. You tuck the box into your pocket. You can show it to your mentor later and get instructions on what to do next. Okay, but now we are still yielding, so I guess go all in on composure, although history could help too. Yeah, go all in on composure. And then try to escape this mood. I don't want her doing anything crazy. +1 lonely, court manners failed. I sent Quinnell a letter saying that I couldn't come, but it was her mother, the Countess, who replied. I think she's insulted that I didn't consider the event important enough to attend. Okay, now I can go back to Juliana. I need to become willful again, though. So maybe I should do one of those first. I guess do a sneak out real quick. It will be cheerful for a turn. Oh, what can cheerful do again? Conversation and athletics. Do more public speaking and court manners. Those seem like they could be useful. To not make people angry. Hopefully we can escape the mood. Or see, the Duchess of Leela has declared civil war. Matters have come to a crisis. I see. What? Apparently she feels that you're a weak leader, unfit to be queen, and has managed to sway several others to her banner. Who is against me? A number of minor earls and countesses, the Duchess of Mead and the Duke of Kiko. The Duchess of Sudbury is with Leela. But Gonell's my friend. Sudbury is completely surrounded by rebel duchies. She may not have a choice. The situation in Hellas and Marie is less clear. Test of military success. What forces can she muster, and what are we still holding? We have 4 battalions and 2 platoons. The naval side is, of course, useless in this conflict. By my estimate, Eris can field 5 battalions and 2 platoons. That's not good. It'll come down to a question of strategy. There are ways to increase the number of soldiers you have available. You could offer to pardon various imprisoned criminals in exchange for military service. I don't want the criminals in my military, though. That seems like a bad idea. I don't think criminals will make trustworthy soldiers. Very well. Forces are in motion, but they will take time to reach their peak. I need to become willful now. Okay, sneak out one more time. Be back in military mode as well as magical girl mode. Okay. I want strategy maxed, and then we'll do... Sense magic seems the most useful until we get to the end. So start with that. Although I also need intrigue still, because we're going to be doing a war, right? Actually, that might be the most important. Let's do strategy followed by internal affairs. To make sure nobody inside is doing anything bad. Study the effects of a strong hierarchy on military organization and the ability of troops to respond to changing situations. Communication across an army can be difficult. Disrupted signals can lead to chaos. You study famous battles, the disasters and the mistakes which created them, and the turning points in larger conflicts and why they made a difference. You study the concept of a defeat in detail, and how an army can be destroyed by crushing small parts one at a time rather than attacking it all at once. We're done with strategy. The Duke of Marie has paid suit to the Duchess of Ursel to no avail. The Duchess's brother is opposed, as he will inherit if she dies childless. Your agents suspect the Duchess of Ursel is actually more interested in the Duchess of Hellas. Neither have been linked to a man. I see. Countess Lake of Dis married the old Duke of Sudbury, who was more than twice her age, then divorced him as soon as she'd borne him an heir in order to be free to marry another. It was considered shockingly rude by the general nobility, but the old Duke apparently had no objection. Negotiator for the rebels have arrived to speak with you. Surrender now and I will believe it. You're not here for our surrender, we are here for yours. Relinquish the authority of the throne and you will not be harmed. The Duchess Eris and her family will rule Nova as regents. You will be allowed to maintain a figurehead title. Many lives will be spared, and your domain will continue to the future in safer, wiser hands. Surrender or never. Never. Okay. I am the Queen. Since we cannot come to an agreement, we will meet you on the battlefield. Fine. Okay, we're still willful. Let's actually talk to the person. I got it. What do I do now? Pick up the crystal with your bare hands, press it against your chest, over your heart, and say, illuminate. I mean, yes, I'll do it. Okay, here we go. Illuminate. Magical girl transformation. You feel dizzy and both larger and lighter than you were before. The crystal has disappeared from view, but you know where it is. Wow. A priestess here is a friend of mine. Oh, I will come to your lessons in the faith and train you to use your powers. Okie dokie. But now I am cheerful, which is not what I wanted to be. I guess double in on flattery. So we're immune to flattery. And we can flatter other people. Unlocked a new outfit. War rages for control of Nova. As defending queen, you're required to take personal control of your forces. Your control of magic enhances your claim to divine right of rulership. Test of wheeled magic failed. Battles are won and lost. Fallen soldiers decorating the landscape. The final outcome is a victory for your side. Your forces sweep through the rebellious duchies and are met with cheers by the local population. Eris, the ringleader, is executed. The other rebels forced to pay tribute to keep their holdings. Of course, there's also a cost paid in lives. Test of strategy success. Your keen sense of military strategy enabled you to resolve the affair with much less loss of life than might have been expected. Battlefield medicine and herbs failed. Total casualties were 3/4 of a battalion on your side and over half a battalion among the rebels. Your stronger position and strategy made you able to win despite your losses. Of course, there are no more rebel soldiers now. They are once more your loyal subjects. So I can go talk to Adair some more. However, I need to make sure I'm willful, so sneak out. Okay. Also, new outfit. What's the tea dress again? But let's stick to the military uniform. Okay, we can now do the magic and stuff if we want to. I still want the spy stuff to go up, though. Let's get the magic. Sense magic, the ability to detect mystical powers at work. Resist magic, defense against mystical powers. And wield magic, knowledge and control of your own magical powers. Sense magic first. Close your eyes and learn to feel the magic inside you. You practice using small amounts of magic and feel that power outside of yourself. Your mentor summons up magical energies to strike the nearby ground so that you can learn to sense someone else's spells in use. Things have been so unsettled lately. Everyone's on edge. We need something cheerful. You could hold a tournament. What a good idea. I mean, employment sounds good to me. I'll probably do that one again. Yeah. Recruitment drive. As you move through the hall, your eyes fall upon a vase of flowers. Pretty, but apparently not getting enough water. The leaves on the one blossom have shriveled. Test of decoration failed. Someone on hall duty is being lazy. Those flowers should be replaced. You continue up the stairs to your room where a maid is waiting for you. A gift from Kigal. A merchant house. No, it's the chocolates, isn't it? Chocolates. Little card with the box, with our compliments to the House of Kralat. Much as you love chocolate, it would be undignified to seem too eager. Composure saved us. Save it for later. I don't feel like candy right now. Maybe later. Okay, now that we're willful, let's go talk to a deer. You find a deer digging a hole under a bush in the garden. Hi, Oluddy. What are you doing? Nothing. Been busy a lot lately. It suddenly occurs to you that no one has told the deer what's been going on. You went to war with his family. You had his stepmother executed. He has no idea. Brag about it. How do I break the news? Well, I don't want a relationship built on lies, so let's just break the news gently. +1 depressed. As best as you can, you explain the conflict and how his death was necessary to preserve the peace in Nova. It's hard to tell how much he understands because he goes completely quiet and doesn't speak to you for the rest of the day. I don't think I worked right. Okay, let's see. I still want more intrigue, but let's go more into magic. Resist magic. Wield magic. Increase your awareness of your own thoughts and emotions, making it more difficult for mind-affecting magic to twist your reactions. You learn to summon a small glowing light, which you can then move around independently. Okay, it's time for the tournament. Now, when I went to the tournament, I got murdered, so probably won't go to one. Guess it's none again. Just call it the turn. Okay. I guess I'll just watch from my tower, +1 depressed. Okay, this is the chocolates. Someone has tried to kill you, but you don't know who. Let's check still willful. I can remove the cheerful. So I can visit the treasury just to become willful, just by itself. So let's equalize a little toward the barracks. Your newest ships of the line are undergoing final checkout. Okay, now that's good. Let's resist and wield more magic. You learn to consciously project a magical field through your thoughts, blocking outside magic from touching your mind, but only when you have the energy to consciously resist. You gain innate resistance to light and dark. You can now see in the blackest caves or stare into the sun without going blind. Okay, don't stare into the sun, though. You learn how to cast rays of white light, which can banish shadows and blind your opponents. You learn to create tiny discs of solid light, which can fly through the air and cut into targets. You've unlocked a new outfit, the magical outfit. Well, Father wishes to speak with you. He says it's urgent. Map of the coastline, his face grave. Ships have been sighted on approach from Shangia, not trade ships. This is a war fleet. Been expecting something like that. Within a week, they will be in Novan waters. Within 2, they could reach the capital. Then we will fight to defend ourselves. We try to use the treasury funds to hire additional soldiers, but it may be difficult on short notice. Should I recruit more? I'll try it. Fine, we'll do that. You will need to draw up a naval strategy for our ships to carry out. You could choose to act as admiral and lead the fleet in person, but the danger to you would be very great. Unless you think your personal skills will make the difference, I would strongly advise against it. I guess we will direct the fleet. The risk is mine to take. You have your mother's heart. There's one more thing I hesitate to ask, but an invasion. This is the sort of disaster for which a Lumen's power may be worth the cost. If the fleet could be destroyed before they reached our waters, many lives would be saved. I don't know any magic that could sink a whole fleet. I'll have to talk to my mentor. Find the Duchess of Ursul in her guest quarters. A fleet from Shangia is attacking us. Is it possible to sink them all with magic? It is easy enough to attack one soldier, one ship, as a demonstration, but to obliterate an entire fleet, you would need an immense amount of power spread over a large area, more than any one Lumen could control. If you tried to raise that much power yourself, you would die. Not could, would. So it's hopeless. We'll just have to rely on our soldiers. I think I have enough military training to make it work. I hope so, anyway. Okay, let's equalize some more with a tour of the barracks. Approximately 9 battalions. Your newest ships in line are undergoing final checkout. I hope they'll be ready in time for the battle. Magical girl boosts Lumen. Yes. If we need the magic, we'll switch to that outfit. For now, though, there's going to be a naval battle, so I kind of want to make sure I'm the best at it. Now, naval and logistics are not maxed out, so maybe I should increase those, but I am going to do more magic instead, though. And we'll do sense magic and then resist magic, I guess, since we're not going to try to destroy everything. So let's just go on for the more defensive stuff first. Close your eyes and call out when you detect your mentor casting a silent spell beside you. You learn to detect ongoing enchantments, such as blessed weapons that can do magical damage. You learn to consciously project a magical shield around your body, blocking intrusion. A powerful technique, but you can't keep it up for long. You gain increased resistance against heat and cold, becoming comfortable in different weather and environments, and able to sip hot soup without burning your tongue. Danger in the high seas, ships close in on each other, angling into range. Test of climbing, success. You clamber up the rigging to take a position in the crow's nest, where you can watch the enemy's movements with a spyglass and shadow out any necessary changes in planning. The Shangians have half again as many troops as you do. It doesn't look promising. Test of wheeled magic failed. The eventual outcome is not in your favor. Oh no. Nova's ships are sunk or scattered as the Shangian forces press towards landfall. Test of strategy and naval strategy success. Your grasp of strategy allows you to recognize when the tipping point has been passed and order your remaining vessels to retreat before they are all destroyed. This saves lives, but it means leaving the Novan approach completely unguarded. Many good soldiers were lost today, and Nova's troubles have not ended. Since you have failed to repel the invasion, the Shangian fleet will soon land and their troops begin to progress towards your capital city. Your remaining soldiers will hold them off as long as possible, of course, but the main strength of your military has been exhausted. Nova's future looks bleak. They were too powerful. Okay. Well. The end is approaching. Let's see. I need magic. Go all in on wheeled magic. By concentrating, you can create a wave of discontent which panics or enrages animals in the area. The psychic wave from Rimworld. You learn to create a blade of solid light which you can wield like a sword to slice through flesh and stone alike. It's a lightsaber. You learn to direct a beam of searing light through the end of a staff, burning whatever you point at. Also, I should have switched into the magic level. By concentrating, you can create a wave of discontent which panics, confuses, or enrages other people around you. You learn to shape light into images of things that are far away or things that don't exist at all. Invasion of Nova is proceeding. Your coastline is under Shanjian control. Soldiers have marched through villages, trampling fields and frightening citizens. Diplomatic delegation has requested access. Okay, I think he's already here, so we're probably going to lose. Do not expect the handsome man decked in jewels who now stands before you, a man announced by your servants as Tagami, king of Shanjia. Test of foreign intelligence failed. Test of world history failed. Is he really their king? Why would a king come all the way here? Test of sense magic failed. My dear young lady, how difficult this must be for you. So much responsibility at such a tender age. You yearn to slap the false sympathy off his oily face, but you force yourself to remain calm. I shall drink some water. War benefits no one, don't you think? Such terrible waste. Better to sell things in a civilized manner. A contest, a game, so to speak, with Nova as the stakes. So yes, this is all the information on him. He's from the land across the ocean. We know nothing about him. Just a win, surrender, lose, etc. Sort of game. It's well known that Nova is ruled by Lumens. As it happens, I too possess the powers of a Lumen. I propose a formal duel. My powers against yours. The winner takes control of Nova. The loser dies. Your game by your rules for my life? That doesn't sound fair to me. The rules of former dueling have been passed down for centuries and must be upheld. It's important that we do this by the ancient codes. Why should I? If you refuse, then the war will continue. I'll sweeten the deal. If you meet me in a formal Lumen challenge, I'll call off the invasion even if I win. Really? Swear by the gods, Nova will be free and safe. If I take that risk, you're winning the war. It's not your land that I want, it's your crystal. In your power, I'm willing to wager my own. Shall we begin? Test of sense magic failed. I'm not good at magic at all. I don't like this, but what choice do I have? Okay, let's try some things. What happens if I refuse? If my crystal is more important than my land, then I can never let you have it. Then you and your land will die together. Goodbye, little princess. For a moment, you feared that he would blast you right there, then and there, but it seems that he still respects the truce. He and his delegation return to the army, where they will resume the attack. Your military strength is nearly exhausted. Utter defeat seems inevitable. What will you do now? All I can do is meet with advisors. My Lumen crystal, that's what this war was all about. Everyone has died. The price of magic is always blood. It doesn't matter now. We cannot allow the royal Novan crystal to fall into Shanjian hands. Well, what can we do? We don't have enough army left to fight him. You must flee, leave the palace, and disappear into the countryside. Alone in a war? I will go with her. This king of Shanjia does not realize how deep the power of Nova runs. He may be a Lumen, but he is only one. Given enough time to prepare, we can find a way to defeat him. Go on the run while he destroys my land and my people in his search. As long as I have this crystal, he'll be after me. I think these are all game over states, but... Flee with Juliana. It's the only way. I have to abandon the castle to save the crystal. Father, I'm sorry. I've let you down. I won't let you leave, not without me. I'm coming with you. I may still have a way to be useful. Come, we must move quickly. You will no longer be a princess. You must leave behind your crown, your tutors, and your pampered way of life. You may have to sleep in the woods, disguise yourself as a peasant, even murder those you meet to keep them from telling tales. You can only hope that someday it will all be worth it. And so the reins of power slipped from Elodie's grasp. Nova would have to go on without her. But it doesn't have to end this way. Make different choices, train different skills, and Elodie's star may rise again. Okay, let's get the other bad ending. Remove your crystal. I'm sure that won't go wrong. Be a lot easier to hide just the crystal than to hide me, wouldn't it? It's too late for that. The crystal is bound to you. As long as I live, I know. Goodbye. Elodie, no! Grabs hold of your arms, shaking you slightly. You are the only thing I have left. I don't care what you've done. You're my daughter. I will not let you die. We're leaving here together, all of us. I'll look after you. I'll help you. There are still ways that I can be useful. Come, we must move quickly. You'll no longer be a princess and all that. So either way, same thing. Okay. Let's go back to the let's try to do the magical duel and die. And then I'll go back further and actually put on the magical outfit and see if we stand a chance. Then I must. Togami explains the rules, including a carefully inscribed circle of wards which will contain the effects of any powers you wield, protecting bystanders from danger. And then it's time to begin. Test of resist magic, partial success. You trade attacks, countering spells with your magical shielding. Oh my goodness, epilepsy. Unfortunately, you lack the strength and control to keep such shields up for long. Your end comes swiftly. Well, Elodie did not survive to reach her coronation. It doesn't have to end this way, though. Go back to recruiting. I guess don't bother, because they're gonna lose. I'll direct the fleet anyway, though. Okay, let's see. We are willful. Let's remove the cheerful. This is when we got some outfit, I don't remember. But we're gonna be going pure magical girl now, because we know the outcome. Let's see, let's max out sense magic, perhaps. Resist and wield would be more useful, right? Go all in on those. Learn to consciously project a magical shield around your body, blocking intrusion. A powerful technique, but you can't keep it up for long. Then the heat and cold one. The wave of discontent. Their skill in long-range magic makes you as effective as a cannon, and more maneuverable. But there are far too many ships for you to take each one out individually. Still, your position in the crow's nest allows you to target ships at a distance too great for them to respond effectively. The eventual outcome is not in your favor, so we still lost, even though I did a little better with the magic. Give me 1 second. I don't know what I want to do. I can become angry and less lonely. Okay, so sports is useful for becoming not lonely. You take to the court for a few games of tennis. Feel the thrill of competition. That's nice. We need maximum magic now. Resist and wield magic I think are more useful for combat, so we're going to do those. And hope that we don't need to be able to sense what the enemy is doing, which we probably would need to. Learn how to quickly flare magical shields around you to deflect an incoming attack. This uses much less energy than a constant shield, but it requires good timing to be effective. You learn how to maintain a low-level deflection field so that magical attacks not directly targeted at you will slide harmlessly aside. This doesn't need much power, so you can keep it up for a long period of time. You learn to direct a beam of searing light through the end of a staff, burning whatever you point at. By concentrating, you can create a wave of discontent, which panics and confuses people and stuff. Yeah. Okay, diplomatic. Fail all that. Sense magic failed. Composure was a success. No need saves. It's not going to be much different than I must. Let's see. Resist magic was a success. You trade attacks, one spell sensed and countered by another, reserving your strength as much as possible. It might almost be exciting if your life wasn't on the line. And then one little sense magic failed. We need it. It seems so weak and harmless that it wasn't even worth blocking. Latches onto you like a cold and begins to drain your strength. First in a tiny trickle, then more, the spell gaining power as you lose it. You struggle to fight it off, but that only makes it worse. Everything goes black. Died it. I think I'll make this episode a longer one, and I'm going to go back even further. Let's go back to the tournament, which I watched from the tower. What did I do after that? This is when we're still willful. I can't remember what I was spending it on. This might not be far enough back, but we shall see. Okay, let's see. Let's see, where is it? Oh, no, it's before I even had the magic outfit. It was. Okay, resist and wield magic complete. Unlock the outfit. Okay, this is barely farther ahead than the other, but I'll still... Let's just do it. Try to do it real quick. Might be able to change things. Give me the magical girl outfit. Cheers. Okay, let's see. Sense magic. Wield magic. Skip all this. Well, it's the double click is annoying. Okay, get rid of that. We only had like an additional day, or an additional training session, so it's probably still not going to end well. But resist magic and then wield magic. I assume this will be the same. We succeeded the test sense magic this time. We need to end this quickly before his experience allows him to come up with a trick you can't defeat. He's used to dealing with magical attacks, but he may not be expecting a physical one. Perhaps if you rushed him, you could take him off guard. Up close, he couldn't use his fancy spells, but what would you do then? You still have to use magic to win. You can't just grab him and bang his head against the floor. Test of wield magic success. Perhaps you could focus your power into the shape of a sword and attack him with that. Or maybe if you could distract him somehow, you could cast a spell that he couldn't block. Okay. I don't have very good sword training, so that's probably a bad option. Maybe dazzle. Wield magic success. Decoration failed. I'm not good with decoration. No. Try to dazzling shower sparkles, hoping to blind him and seize the advantage. It doesn't work. Swords of dark smoke rise from the floor at your feet, spinning around you like a black hurricane. You know you have to stop it, but how? It's all around you. There's nothing to target. Faster and faster it spins, making it hard to breathe, until finally everything goes dark. Died it. I don't know what button I hit. Probably title screen. Anyway, back. Try the magic sword. Motes of shimmering moonlight coalesce into a weapon in your hand. Reflexes plus swords was a success. Your first lunge, he dodges, rolling to the ground. But you recover quickly and strike him again. In the confined space of the warded circle, there's nowhere for him to run. The final strike of your moonblade parts his head from his shoulders. You have won. We did it! We did it, everyone. Amazing. Just had to use the lightsaber. Well. Rest. That just makes you angry. That becomes pressured. Never gone to a tomb before? Let's go to a tomb. Pay respects to your mother's tomb and wonder if the same fate is waiting for you. Well, we beat the guy, so no. He never even knew that he was the one who killed the mom. But Well, time to go back to intrigue. But I'm keeping the magical girl of it for safety. Let's see. Foreign affairs ciphering. Since the recent revolution, the Tumbolans have twice begun gathering troops on the Novan border. Both times, their camps were struck by fierce storms and earthquakes, and they decided to give up on the idea. Pirates are once again operating out of Orcus, although they are currently sticking to the northern seas and no threat to Nova. However, if they turn to slave raids, the Borealians may be quite vulnerable. Agents who have visited Borealis report that all known Lumen shamans seem to have no magical powers at all and perform their ritual displays with show and trickery. You practice complex transposition ciphers, where messages are hidden down in columns or lines and then reorganized into scrambled letters. This means that both an encoded and a plain text written copy exist, which can be insecure. You practice adding code to your ciphers, that is, replacing words with other words, such as handle for Duke, before changing the letters in the message. You memorize special cipher alphabets, where each letter is replaced by a symbol. Once these are memorized, you will not need to write down cipher sheets, and if the symbols do not look like letters, then they can be hidden in decorations. Interesting. Once you defeated the King of Shanji in a duel, the invasion was meant to be over. In practice, it is not quite so easy to expel a foreign army from your lands, particularly when their leadership is falling apart. The remaining Shanjian generals seem surprisingly eager to go home and left without a fuss, but a large number of soldiers have broken ranks and run amok, looting and pillaging their way through Nova just for fun. A number of royal holdings have been damaged and valuables stolen. Not only do you lose them, but you'll have to pay for repairs. With so many renegades on the loose, Nova seems likely to have severe bandit problems for years to come. When Togami died, he left behind a crystal, a mauve lumen crystal with glimmers of pink where it catches the light. Such a pretty bauble for such an ugly event. Since Nova won the duel, this crystal is now your rightful prize, but you have no idea what to do with it. For now, you lock it away in the royal treasury. I could absorb his power. Anyway, let's see. Become less afraid, which I guess I will do. Let's see. Internal affairs followed by foreign intelligences. I want to make sure that we know exactly what's happening everywhere. The Countess of Dis is now married to the disinherited third sibling of the Duke of Marie and the Duchess of Hellas. Currently, both the Duke and Duchess are unwed. Yeah, okay. If either dies without heir, a title may still pass to the Countess's husband. Several generations back, the rulers of Elath and Sedna and neighboring Tallahassee married. The citizens of Elath objected to this foreign influence, and the resulting heir died in suspicious circumstances, after which the title was passed to a distant branch of the family rather than another child of the Elath-Sedna union. There were many dark rumors about the second husband of the Duchess of Lila, possibly because he was a commoner. It was whispered that he once assaulted the young Duchess of Elath before her untimely marriage and demise. Mysterious. Rumor has it that the mother and older sister of the last Duchess of Elath were assassinated 20 years ago by agents from Sedna, which is why she, as sole remaining heir, was married off so young. Rumor has it that the Prince of Terax was humiliated by the public dissolution of his betrothal to an heiress after she declared him a coward. Time has slipped by you so quickly. Only 2 weeks remain before your birthday celebration and your official coronation as queen. Have you done enough to build a stable Nova? It's traditional for the palace to provide entertainment and refreshment for the common people when a new monarch is crowned. It's a rare opportunity for the poor of the land to dine like nobles. The size and scope of any such feast depends on what expenses the royal treasury is willing to bear. You know what? Let's go all in on the super feast. Why not? Roasted meats, cakes, chocolates, wine, enough for everyone, and I could give out commemorative cups and coins. Nice. You become less depressed. Well, double-clicking is weird. Okay. I think intrigue is actually good enough. Except for ciphering. So do ciphering. And then more sense magic. Study an ancient book that has a list of thousands of words and pictograms for each of them. In the past, these were used for important messages, but only trained bards could effectively memorize enough symbols to handle the codes efficiently. You learn to manipulate special boxes and jewelry with secret compartments to hide messages. A rare few have locks almost as complicated as the ciphers themselves. You learn that the more you use a code, the easier it is for enemies to break it. The most secure cipher is one that is only used for a single message. You learn to tell the difference between different kinds of magical signatures so that you can tell roughly what a spell you detect is meant to achieve. You expand your magical perceptions to give you some idea of where a detected spell was cast from and how long ago. Let's see, just your favorite flowers and stuff. Test of decoration failed. You really can't see the point of wasting time worrying about decorations when there's so much else to worry about. Others are more interested in the subject of your marriage. It can't take place until you are of age, of course, considering all the preparations and the need to recover from the coronation. Not for much longer than that. Still, it doesn't stop people from buzzing around full of ideas and suggestions. I have to marry that 12-year-old, who will be 13 eventually. Or like 2 years older than me. So I think he has to be 15 before you marry him. Anyway. +1 depressed and +1 pressure. I mean, I guess I'll tend a ball. Because I can. Okay. Resist magic is now lowest. Just do that. And then I might just start maxing out more stuff. We've already won. Now we're just doing what kind of ruler she's gonna be, I guess. So resist magic, followed by internal affairs? Yes. Or internal affairs, followed by resist magic. After years of marriage and 3 children, the Duchess of Lila divorced her second husband and refused to say why. Shortly afterwards, he was found dead in a nearby forest. The Duchess of Lila and her son, the Earl of Io, have been estranged ever since. Didn't I execute her, though? The Earl of Io now lives with his sister, the Duchess of Mead. Maybe I'm thinking of someone else. It's hard to keep the names clear. After the last Duke of Mead went into seclusion, he hired a stream of attractive young servants who had to be frequently replaced after injuries and accidents. He eventually died by falling from a high tower window, which his family covered up. But was it suicide they were hiding, or murder? Nothing more to learn about internal affairs. Learn how to quickly flare magical shields, yes. Learn how to maintain low-level deflection field, yes. You learn how to directly counter offensive magic with your own power, so that you can burn out a spell that someone else has cast. This is very dangerous if the other spell is too powerful. At this time last year, you were celebrating your 14th birthday. You were in the school garden, surrounded by your friends. A teacher brought you tea and cakes, while a wealthy merchant's son wove a crown of flowers for your head. It didn't matter so much that you were a princess then. Your title was something for the future. Many of your peers would be duchesses or earls or the like someday, but not then. You were children. Your parents could not attend on the actual day, but they did send wonderful gifts. Some for you and some for you to share. And a week later, they came for a visit. Your mother took you with her through the countryside in a splendid carriage. It's the last time you would ever see her. You wonder if, wherever she is, she can see you now. You're 15 years old, a legal adult. You have worked and studied and suffered and prepared, and now the time has come. The coronation again. I read all this last time, so I will. Yeah. Long live the Queen. Long live the Queen! Long live the Queen! Thank you, I will. Once his daughter was secure on her throne, Jocelyn returned to his birthplace to focus on his duties as Duke of Kelleris. He was pursued by many women, but showed little interest in remarrying, directing them instead to his brother, the Duke of Mazamba. The subject of magic and lumens remained a slightly uncomfortable one for the citizens in Nova. Perfectly fine for the Queen, who had inherited it by divine right, but not something that other people should be aspiring towards. Look at all the terrible things that happened when that power fell into the wrong hands. As an openly acknowledged Lumen, Juliana, Duchess of Ursel, was met with public suspicion. Whenever she journeyed outside of her duchy, at times, that suspicion was accompanied with thrown vegetables. It did not matter that Elodie supported her fully as a member of the noble court. That only led the commoners to whisper that Juliana was a bad influence on their queen. Juliana's perpetually unmarried state was even more worrying to those with wagging tongues. What if that influence was rubbed off on the queen and left Nova with no heir? After the failed invasion, relations with Shangia remained tense. First came the recriminations and demands from the Queen of Shangia, devastated by the death of her husband, which Elodie ignored. Next came the subtler approaches, the quiet gratitude and offers for alliances from ministers who were thrilled to see Tagami gone. Elodie ignored those also, which was just as well, since the next thing to arrive was the preserved head of one of those traitorous ministers sent by the Queen of Shangia as a warning. There was no sign of war in the immediate future, but there was not likely to be alliance either. Years later, when both were adult, Elodie, Queen of Nova, and Adair, Duke of Elath, were married. An entire week of public celebrations was set aside for the wedding, and both bride and groom paraded through the capital on fine white horses from the east. Their relationship often seemed to be more one of friends and companions than passionate lovers, but they brought stability to Nova. Managing a country is always a juggling act, but Elodie had mastered the art of being one step ahead of the game. Her informative network allowed her to predict the moves of her enemies and outmaneuver them, allowing Nova to gain a little more power and prestige every time. And thus Queen Elodie's legacy stretched into the future. We did it! A second victory. Arguably much happier than the first one. Excellent. We got no more new bonuses. We got this one from the bad end. But yeah. Well, I think we're probably done with this game unless you want me to try to do another, type of thing. But yeah, if you enjoyed this, then liking, subscribing, commenting, and sharing are all appreciated. The most important thing, though, that thou must absolutely do is have a nice day. Thank you for watching, and see you next time. And yes, let me know in the comments if you want more, but I think we're good for now. But you never know, maybe somebody has a really good idea for another playthrough. Bye!